Prayer is an important part of our spiritual journey. Yesterday, we talked about how to pray. Today, we're going to talk about how to find the time to pray. Come on, let's go. Martin Luther said, "I have so much to do. I don't have time to pray less than 3 hours a day." It's like taking the time to look at a road map before you start a trip. 5 extra minutes of planning can save you hours of being lost. A little bit of time spent in prayer every day can help you to stay on track. So first of all, we just have to make it a priority. We do the things that we make a priority. Any time that you can go to a prayer room or lock yourself into a closet and pray for an extended time, that is going to be a tremendous blessing to you. But I'm not necessarily saying that if you committed an hour a day that you have to go to a certain location and pray for that hour. Let me tell you how my day goes. First thing I do when my eyes open up, I don't check my email or look at the news or rush to the kitchen to get something to eat. The first thing I do when I wake up in the morning is I start talking to God. Literally open my eyes and say, "Good morning, Jesus." I begin a conversation with God. You can pray as you go through your morning routine. When you get in the car to make your commute to work, you can spend that time in prayer, and also planning that when you are going to come home that evening, you spend that time in prayer. Some people drive 20 or 30 minutes, even more in other cases, to work every day, and you could spend that time in prayer. Some people's jobs allow them the freedom to pray. You could go for a walk and pray. You could come out here to the woods on a beautiful day and you could talk to the Lord. You could get on a bike, which I love to do, and pray. Now, I've had people ask me, can you really feel the Spirit while you're on a bike? And the answer to that question is absolutely yes. I've had some of the most wonderful experiences I've ever had with God were on the back of a bicycle. One time I was praying and singing to God and crying. And, I don't know if anybody heard me. If they did, they probably thought I was a lunatic. But I was having a wonderful time. And I was singing, and I began to sing in tongues. And that was really, really cool. And I was enjoying myself. And I didn't realize that I started singing in English, the same tune that I was singing in tongues. And eventually it occurred to me that I was singing English words. It was a song I'd never heard. I don't know if the song was any good or not, but it was meaningful and powerful to me that day. And that happened on a bicycle. I would encourage you to seize every moment that you can and take that time and give it to God in prayer. Now, what I do, I start a timer on my phone. It's set for an hour. And it counts down. It starts at 60 minutes and counts down. Every time that I am interrupted or I have to stop praying, I stop the timer. And at the end of that 60 minutes, I can stop praying. Now, the reason that I set a timer is because I have an absolute minimum prayer time. That doesn't mean I can only pray for an hour. I can pray 2 hours if I want to or need to. But I have to pray for 1 hour. Now, the reason I don't use a stopwatch that counts up is because I don't want to keep track of my extra prayer time. Because this isn't about me feeling like I'm a spiritual person. This is about me doing what God asked me to do. So I don't want to walk away from my prayer time going, hey, look at me. I prayed 2.5 hours today. I just want to do what God asked me to do. And if my prayer time extends beyond that, that is an added bonus to my life that I'm very, very thankful for. The bottom line is we all have time to pray. And if we don't have time, we need to do something to make time to pray. You may have to cut some things out. You may have to prioritize a little bit, but we can all pray. Maybe you won't pray an hour. Maybe you'll pray 2 hours. Maybe you'll pray 30 minutes. I would say that you need to humbly ask God what kind of a prayer commitment that He would like you to make in your life, and then follow through on that every single day. All right, thanks for joining us tonight. I hope you'll join us again tomorrow night when we talk about exactly what kinds of things should we be praying for. God bless you.